Hello. Hello. Hold on. There we go. How is everyone today? How's everyone doing? Huh? Hello, Aria. Hello. KSN. You're lucky I told you that I would show up, because I'm not done scheduling all my paid coaching people. I am not done. I'm in the thick of it. But then I had you on my mind. I'm like, I told her I would come. I just better go live. So it's for you, KSN, that I'm here. Okay? But I have people waiting to be scheduled. That's on my mind. It's on my mind. I'm in the thick of it. I'm in the process. I have a few people left. They will be scheduled today, because I cannot stand it being on my shoulders. Other than that, how's everybody done? Poop's not herself today. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little worried. I called the vet. She got an appointment on Wednesday. I don't know. She's just not her sassy self. And she's shaking her head a lot, which I'm not stupid. I know that's got something to do with her ears. So they could only get her in Wednesday. We gotta go through one more day. Maybe she's just tired, you know? I don't know. I don't want to worry about it. Anyways, let me get over here. Yeah, Pamela, that's what I was thinking too. Something going on there, yeah. That's right, Kita. Yes, poop is healthy. Yes. Hey, Corey G. Talk to you soon. How is everyone? I saw somebody leave me a comment that they need to be yelled at. Fabby D. And I see the super chat. I'll get to you right 1 second. I'm going to yell at Fabby D first. Hi, Kim. I need help. I have the assumption that my SP will love me only when I don't give a fuck anymore. I can't get rid of it, and I can't stop checking his social media. Help, scream at me. Why are you on his social media? Why? What is it serving you? Is it helping? Is it making you feel better? No. So let me just say this. This assumption that he's only going to love you when you don't give a fuck is such bullshit. And don't get me wrong, I think we all somewhere inside feel that way. That the moment we give up on the manifestation, that's when it's going to come in. So we sometimes have this unattainable goal of trying not to care about the manifestation. And I know, because I was like that in my early days. But that to me was from my law of attraction days. Don't hate to law of attraction, but you know, too many rules. But it's not true. It's not you not giving a fuck that's bringing your manifestation in. It's not. You can think about your person, but we don't want to be stalking their social media. It's not serving you. It's not. It's keeping you in the state of the woman who doesn't have it, who doesn't feel they can have it, who doesn't believe that they can have it. And yes, do you have to believe in manifestation? Do you have to believe your affirmations to get anything to manifest? No, you don't. But your journey is going to be a lot easier. So listen to me. All you're doing is prolonging your own individual pain. You're prolonging the manifestation. You do not have to not give a shit. We do have to figure out, why do we feel this way? We have to address it. Why do we feel that way? And it's probably nothing more than past experiences have shown you that it's easier when you don't care anymore. That's when they come in. No, that's when you've dropped the resistance. That's why they've come in. So let's drop the resistance now, because you can do that. You can choose to be in another state. You can choose to embody a different state. Avoiding what is going on within us is not going to help our situations, though. We need to deal with why we feel this way. So let's get to the heart of that, okay? And stay off the social media until we figure it out. Okay, Fabby D? Okay. Parninian, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. I'm in a bad mental space. I haven't heard from him for the last 2 weeks, and we were supposed to meet on Thursday, but I don't think it'll happen. I cried so much, and I gave up. Okay. Why did you give up? Why did you give up? Now, listen, I get it. You haven't heard from him in 2 weeks, and I'm sure that's very, very upsetting. I know that's upsetting, okay? However, why are we letting the 3D circumstances determine what goes on forward? Meaning, why are we giving up? Why are we allowing the not hearing from him? Listen, I'm not an unreasonable person. It would bother me too. Hence why I have empathy for you, but I want you to hear me. You're taking what's going on in your 3D right now as that's finality. He hasn't spoken to me. He hasn't contacted me. So this must mean manifestation isn't going to happen. And that's not true. You don't know how the manifestation is going to come to you. You don't know how it's going to play out. You're deciding, because I don't think this lines up with me getting my manifestation. I don't think what's happening right now should be on my journey, should be on my bridge of incidents. We don't get to choose that. We don't get to control that. And I know there are a couple of you who want to control the how. Good luck. Let me know how that worked out for you, because you know as well as I do it didn't work. Didn't work. Doesn't work. We don't control the how. Or you're going to spend a lot of time putting out fires and not getting your shit. And that's not a limited belief. That's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, stop thinking because it's not playing out the way you and your logical, literal human mind thinks it should. Think of it like this. We are so used to looking at our 3D from a logical standpoint, because that's where we came from, right? Before we ever found anything regarding manifestation, whether it be law of attraction, law of assumption, we came from logical land, logical life. We all did. And we would base everything that we're experiencing in the 3D on our previous experiences. So yes, this is why I'm feeling for you, honey. I know that if it was me and I hadn't heard from my own SP in 2 weeks, my mind would go right to logical land, because that's like our backup autopilot state. We don't want to be there, but chances are we fall there, which is what I call the victim state. And we start judging the behaviors that we're seeing now in the current 3D, and we start trying to relate that to our manifestation game, but also keeping hold of logical land. We're trying to keep hold of it. So you're looking at previous life experiences, haven't heard from the person, must mean it's over, right? So like I've said, the way you're feeling is 100% valid. I don't like when anybody tells me that if I'm feeling bad about something, that my feelings aren't valid. I don't like that. I try not to do that here. So your feelings are valid. But I'm saying, listen, we're not manifesting from logical land. We're above that, the 4D, right? We're above it. So what our logical mind wants to plan out and determine how this manifestation comes is just not invited to the 4D party. Our services are not fucking needed. Our logical, egoist thinking mind is not invited to the planning of how shit's going to show up in our reality. It's just not. So that's what you're doing right now. You're looking at it. You're saying, okay, in the past, this means that person doesn't want me or doesn't want to be with me or doesn't like me anymore. That's logical thinking. This is where we get to be delusional. So if I were you, I would determine, you know what? I don't give a shit right now. This hurts my feelings. I do not appreciate it. It's not making me feel great, but it does not stop me from getting what I want in the end. I don't appreciate it being on my bridge of incidents, Mr. Subconscious, but I'm not going to allow that to tell me, no, I'm not going to get what I want in the end. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're feeling emotional because you're worried, I get it. I get it. Cry it out. Have it out. I would cry too. I would get it out of my system. And then I would get back on my manifestation game and making me the priority. By what? Focusing on the who we are, right? Centering our mind on our I amness, on our God power. Or if, like, you know, rules. If you don't believe in God, insert the word that makes you comfortable. But put the focus there. Then saturate your mind with the relationship that you're looking for. Meaning, seeing the version of you that has the relationship that you desire. And it will play out. It will. Don't instantly think it's not working. Don't. And we're all guilty of doing that. But I'm telling you, you can flip any circumstances around. Nothing is final in our 3D. Okay? Wait a minute. Okay. Laura P, thank you very much. I feel like one day I'm in the state and another day I want to check the 3D. Probably because some people's repeated negative comments trigger me. Help. Okay. I get that. It is very normal to fall back into our old autopilot victim state. And the reason why I describe it like that, and I kind of am like making the assumption that we're all coming from there, it's more out of habit and it's easier for me, just so you know that. Most of us come to the law of assumption or law of attraction to manifest something in particular. Usually it's something specific. But we're coming from a place where we don't think that we have that ability, or, you know, we think the 3D and the people in it are doing things to us. Hence why I say we've probably all come from some semblance of victim state. So when you're in the midst of finally addressing your state, instead of just sitting over here repetitively affirming and never addressing the rest, the most important parts of us, it is so normal to fall back to victim state. It is. It's a habit we're breaking. It's a habit, right? So I'm not sure what you mean by people saying repeated negative comments. I'm assuming maybe that somebody in your own 3D giving you a hard time. And listen, if someone is repetitively saying something to you that you don't appreciate, right, and they're triggering you, here's the number one. They're only reflecting the inner fears of our own, to be honest. They're just reflecting us, right? So if it's something that you're, you know, when you get triggered in the moment because it is something you're fearing, like, let me give a basic example, okay? So, like, say you're manifesting a specific person, and then you have someone in your life who enjoys, you know, asking you questions like, you know, why are you still single? Why aren't you in a relationship yet? Or have you heard from so-and-so yet? Did he ever call you back? You know, are you still talking to him? You still seeing him? Right? The annoying people in our life who ask what I feel are inappropriate damn questions. Unfortunately, they're only reflecting what's bothering us in the inside, yes? However you handle them is a personal choice. I will tell you comfortably, because I think if you've been around me long enough, you know I am not one of those coaches who pretends to be perfect, or I'm always doing everything right. Nope. I get triggered like everybody else. Do I have to work through triggers like everybody else? Yep. Do I react to things? Yep. And I'll be honest, if anyone, especially during my solo vacations, oh Lord, if anybody asked me questions like that were triggering and jarring to me about relationships, about my person, I would comfortably, and I don't regret it. That's why I'm sharing it. But I'm being honest. I'm being vulnerable. I'm sharing. I would snap, crackle, pop their ass and make them as uncomfortable as possible to ever ask me a personal question about my relationships. And I mean snap, crackle, pop. I would go up one side and down the other. I'm certainly not telling you guys to start going out and freaking out at people in your 3D. I don't mean it like that. I'm just sharing how I couldn't take it. I didn't like it. I didn't need their triggers while I was trying to keep my mind focused on what I'm manifesting. You see what I'm saying? So, how you handle them is up to you. But if it's someone consistently asking you questions that are bothering you, especially if it's something you're manifesting, you reserve the right to set a boundary as long as we're aware of where it's coming from. We know that when someone's asking us things and it's triggering us, or they're making like comments about whatever and it's triggering us, it's reflecting us, it's coming from an inner fear. Those people, it was mostly coworkers, to be honest with you, but those old coworkers, when I didn't like what they were asking me because it was jarring me in the moment, triggering me, I knew it was because they were reflecting my fears. Truthfully, I knew where it was coming from because I was scared. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to manifest him back. That's why I share the story, right? I was scared all the time. So I had to accept why those things kept showing up in my 3D. But at the same time, you have the right to lay down a boundary, like letting somebody know, listen, you don't get to ask me these questions anymore. I don't appreciate you asking questions. When I want you to know something, I will fill you in. I will let you know when I feel like you knowing. You know what I'm saying? Put the boundary down so that they can leave you alone. You could also, if you're not comfortable saying something to them, go ahead on the side and be affirming that they mind their damn business. You can do that as well. Okay? But as far as going in and out of the states, totally normal. Totally normal. Don't assume that because it's happening that you're doing anything wrong. You're not. Just don't give up. Okay? Jasmine Lamperouge, thank you very much. Like the sticker, thank you. Sasha Louise, thank you very much. In one video, you said that you live delusionally in a good way, 90% of the time. I love that. It sounds fun. Can you share more what that looks like on a daily basis for what you're manifesting? Yes. So when I say 90% of the time, it's because I'm still a human being. So I know my 10% is going to show up. Basically, in the example I just give, as far as like dealing with old coworkers in my old job, how I would deal with them if they asked me questions that I did not appreciate because it was triggering to me over my own scenario back when I was on solo vacation. So there's my 10%. Those are the moments where the human part of me would come out. I for the most part don't snuff out my human side. I'm not going to completely change my entire personality just because I'm manifesting. That's why I try to make that clear here that we're still going to have human reactions. It's normal. It's normal. You know, I think what's always important, though, is the acknowledgement of where things are coming from. If we're getting triggered, we need to know why. We don't ignore it. Because if we ignore it, you know it's just going to come back up. We can't ignore it. We have to be authentic with ourselves because, listen, at some point you're going to face it anyway. Do you know what I mean? But, so like the 90%, it means that whatever I'm currently working on, and I will say that I'm pretty tough with myself as far as if I'm currently manifesting something, I do not talk about it. I do not share it until it's here. It's just one of those things that when Neville Goddard, when I read that, I'm like, that makes sense to me. Because I was aware that people are only going to reflect if I got any fears about it. They're going to reflect it back to me, right? And I don't want that. So I don't talk about nothing until I've manifested it. But so what I mean by 90% I live delusional, I mean, I walk around like I actually have that stuff. In my mind, whatever it is, I do my best, because I ain't perfect, I do my best to live in the state of the wish fulfilled. Or like I like to say, in the land of the wish fulfilled. I literally do that every friggin' day. So whatever it is, solo vacation, when I was manifesting him back, hence why I share this, the few good moments I had when I was working on maintaining a beneficial state, I was delusionally in my mind seeing us as back together. Would I fall right back out of it and still be in tears? Yup. Hence why you don't have to be perfect to manifest. But so I hope that makes sense. So whatever it is, if I'm currently in the midst of manifesting, I live within my mind like I already have it. There's nothing to worry about. I already got it. Nothing to worry about. I try not to look at it as separate from me. I try to really keep my mind in the state of the woman who has it 90% of the time. Like I said, because we're still going to have human moments. We're not going to totally, I don't ever believe at this point, eliminate our humanness while manifesting. So yeah, does that make sense? Was that helpful? Is that what you meant? Let me say it like this. When I was in solo vacation, even when I had my moments in tears, checking social media, that would not even, oh, hell no. Absolutely not. I would never do that. I would never put myself deliberately in a place where I could ever see something that would, deliberately throw me off my game. That would never fucking happen. And when I'm telling you I didn't do it, I didn't do it. There wasn't even an opportunity for it. I got that shit right off my phone. No, not gonna happen, because my manifestation was important to me. And that's why I say we gotta make a choice. How bad do you want it? I want it bad enough where I can get that damn Facebook right off my damn phone. And I did. And I did not cross that line. I did not ever put myself in a place of temptation. Because if I was already having moments of falling back into crying, being upset because I wasn't with him, right? I was not going to add more temptation there. Hell no. That's like self-torture. So I guess that's kind of what I mean. And, like I said, I did my best to try to maintain a state, but I was far from perfect. Far from perfect. So Sasha, I hope that answered your question. Nicole Betch, thank you very much. What washes up on tiny beaches? Microwaves. Betch. You know, comedy isn't gonna be in your future, I don't think. Yeah, you know that, right, Betch? These jokes are just terrible. You know what I'm saying? They don't even give me a little rumble of wanting to laugh. You know what I'm saying? I don't even get the little quivers of wanting to laugh. Ever. I'm more laughing at it than at the actual joke. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Demarian said, wait, did I skip everybody? Hold on. Did I just skip a bunch? No. Okay. Hold on. Demarian Session, thank you very much. A member for 9 months. Kim, I need you to ban me. I checked the 3D and found a third party. Demarian! Look what I was just talking about before I even read your damn comment. Why? Why did you check? Why? Demarian, what were you thinking? You are officially banned. Officially. What were you thinking? Look what happens when we check dumb shit. Now, you know as well as I do that a third party does not mean you cannot get your person. It's just a manifestation of your what? Previous shitty thinking. I was just curious. Well, curiosity killed the fucking cat. Haven't you ever heard of that? Curiosity killed the cat. Are you wanting to kill cats? What is going on? Oh, dear. Shame on you. Well, I hope that you are not wasting time putting focus on third party. You are so banned. You are so banned. I don't even want to ask where you checked. I hope you've had the intelligence to not revisit wherever it was. For the love of God. You're allergic to cats. Clearly not. Curiosity. That's your new name. Curiosity. Third parties only exist because of our own shit thinking. You know this. Don't let this take over your power and make you feel like you cannot manifest. Exactly, Leanne. Exactly. Curiosity killed the cats. Do you want to kill cats? Do not check on your SP. Exactly. What do you think about that? Oh, she's licking something disgusting. Never mind. Seriously. Demarian, save the cats by not checking the 3D. Thank you, Jasmine. All right? Stop that nonsense. We know the 3D, okay, is old damn news. Kim, ignore 3P or firm them away. Listen, this is my rule on my channel. You can do whatever you want in your reality. You can do what you want for your own manifestation games. My advice, my personal advice is no, I would not affirm, I would not give attention to third party as best as possible. If you're struggling to drop attention, then you may temporarily affirm that they're only in the equation to wake your SP up to see how fucking amazing you are. But then the minute you're no longer triggered, you should be dropping from your awareness. That's the easiest way to get rid of stuff, is dropping from the awareness. But if you're someone who wants to go out of your way to continuously affirm and give them all sorts of attention and keep them live and active in your 3D, you may do whatever you want. I will not judge you. Okay. But if you want the answer how to quickly remove third party, it's drop. Drop. Okay. But Demarian, look at, this is the perfect time for my chip tooth to come into the equation. Just give you a face with it. Keep your ass out of checking shit in your 3D. Panther Girl, thank you very much. I was doing well in the state of having it all, but then the 3D threw me a major curveball yesterday with lots of emotion. I know I created it, but having a hard time shifting out of victim state. Well, first of all, whatever the lots of emotion is, please get the emotions out. She is going at it. Oh, she knew we were talking about her. What you doing over there? Oh, I love when she does that. She's cleaning her face. Panther Girl, whatever caused the emotion, I hope you are getting the emotion out, because there's nothing wrong with having emotions. If there was something wrong with emotions, if there was something wrong with crying, oh my God, I would manifest nothing, because I'm a crier. I'm a natural crier. I cry over friggin' everything, honestly. So get it out of your system. Cry it out. Okay, do what you got to do. And then let's regroup. Let's recenter ourselves. So whatever showed up that has thrown you off, we don't want to keep giving it more power, because it has no power over you. Okay, so we recenter our mind. Listen, if you like to meditate, that would be a great time to meditate. If you don't really jive with meditating, which is fine, you can recenter your mind like I do, because I'm not much of a meditator. But I'm not gonna lie, I think what I do is a little bit, I don't know, I just get quiet with myself. My hands always go here, and I just focus on my I amness, on the who I am in this entire equation. I put my focus there. until I feel at minimum just a little more calm, a little more calm. You don't got to feel 100% better, just a little more calm. So you can think, although we say delusional, but it's like rationally. And by rationally, I mean you realize that 3D does not have control or power over you. There are no circumstances that can really stop your manifestation. So let's not keep giving power to it. Let's focus on my I amness and then what you're manifesting. Meaning, and if whatever happened is making it difficult for you even to focus on what you're manifesting, that I understand. So then start with baby steps. Start with baby steps. Start going with the what ifs, the good what ifs, not the negative what ifs. The what ifs meaning like, what if it was easy for me to shift my state? What if it really was, really was possible that I can really manifest whatever I want? What if it's true that nothing out here in the 3D can have any power over me? Start baby stepping yourself until you're feeling a little bit better, a little more calm. And if nothing else, just neutral. Okay? So, yes, our goal is always to shift into a more pleasurable, a more beneficial state, right? Because it feels better to feel good, doesn't it? But don't beat yourself up if something in the 3D has triggered you into a victim state. Don't beat yourself up. We don't ever have to be mad at ourselves or be hard on ourselves. It's just acknowledging what's going on, right? And whatever the circumstances are, okay, maybe it's something that we need to sit with so we can figure out what the hell is going on within us. That we're being so, emotional to whatever's happening. Not that being emotional is bad, that's not what I mean. I meant instead of us, you notice I try not to say ignore. Because we don't have to ignore. We still got to exist in our 3D. I use the terminology of whatever's going on out here, fuck it. Fuck that 3D. It cannot stop you from getting what you want. But you can still acknowledge and accept what's happening so we can address what's going on within us. So for example, with smartass Demarian, now has a damn third party. And I'm sure Demarian's a little upset and triggered by this. So then we sit with it. We sit with it for a minute and get to the heart of where this manifested from. Why did this show up? What do I need to address within me so this shit goes away quickly? Do you see what I'm saying? So, don't be hard on yourself. Okay? Don't be hard on yourself. Let's get to the heart of why this even showed up. Now, what I don't mean is trying to locate the exact thoughts you had that created it. I think, to me, sometimes, man, that's just a waste of time. Let's just get to where it's brewing. What's the belief within us that's shitting out this stuff that we don't like? Let's get to that. This is why I said we don't have to be afraid of our thoughts. We don't have to be afraid of fearful negative thoughts. We don't have to fear that they'll manifest out. The less fearful attention we give them, the less power they have to manifest out. Anybody telling you that you have to watch every single thought you have, I'm sorry, just doesn't really understand manifesting, because you're never going to control all your thoughts. We have too many a day, man. See what I'm saying? So don't be hard on yourself. Recenter yourself with your I amness. Put your focus there. Baby step your way back to your state. You'll shift. You will. Okay? Master Money Fester 92, thank you very much. My SP broke up with me again today, and I'm crying. I don't want to react, but I feel like giving up. Could you please tell me that I'll get him back? Okay. What's this? I don't want to react, but I feel like giving up. What do you mean you don't want to react? It would be a natural reaction to be upset with being broken up with. So we do not have to stifle that, first of all. Okay? We don't have to stifle hurt feelings. We don't have to stifle if there's something in our 3D that triggers us. Get it out. Get it out of your system. Cry it out. It's a normal human reaction to be upset by that type of a circumstance. It's normal. Do you think I stifled how I felt when I was in solo? Fuck no, I cried every day. I think y'all think I'm exaggerating when I say that, but no, I was really crying every day, at least once. Maybe the duration shrunk as time went on, but I was crying every day. So what I don't want you to do, listen, why are we giving up? Why does it go right to giving up? I'll tell you why. Because you're looking at 3D and you're saying, this circumstance could not be on my journey or on my bridge of incidents to me getting what I want in the end. Listen, I didn't think initially that my solo vacation was a part of my bridge of incidents either. I was just as frustrated, but I would be lying to you if I hadn't really realized that when I look back, 2020, we all got 2020 vision going backwards. When I look back, I know that if that hadn't happened, I would still be marinating in shitfuckerland because I was doing it every day. So sometimes, you probably did see a duck. There's two of them. We got two of them. Sometimes, first of all, I'm not in your mind, but there's probably a good chance that at some point you were marinating in things not being great in your relationship. I'm sure your mind has gone to a place where maybe you're unhappy how the relationship was. Maybe you were fearing your person breaking up with you. I'm sure your mind went somewhere in that vicinity and parked its ass there for a while. And that's why we've manifested this, right? Or you have obvious, beliefs where either we're not chosen, maybe it's abandonment. So knowing all that, perhaps this is your catalyst moment to wake up, to really wake up and identify where have you been spending your time mentally. And I don't mean start being hard on yourself. That's not what I mean. I mean, maybe this is your moment. And guess what? You get to give it this meaning. That this is just the catalyst where you finally start paying attention to your mental state, your state of consciousness, so that you can manifest things that are more pleasurable. So if you know that your head's been in the toilet a lot, and now this is manifested, it doesn't mean your manifestation's over. It doesn't mean that you two are not going to be put back together. It's a healthy, normal human fear to think that, but don't give up. Don't give up unless you just feel like you're done with this specific person, and that's always your own personal choice. But if you're giving up out of fear, don't do it. You don't have to. They're literally right there. They like sitting here. Hi, duckies! Hi, duckies! Anyway. And as far as me telling you, can you get them back? Of course you can get them back. Of course you can. Poop loves the duckies. Who is it, Poop? Is it your friends? Is it your friends? She loves them. She usually rests her head on the back of the couch and watches them out the window. Hi. How you feeling? Come here. Come here. Oh. You want a treat? You want a treat? Let me give her a treat and I'll be right back, okay? Here you go. Okay. So yes, Master Money Fester, don't worry about it. Yes, of course you can get your specific person back. Anybody in any type of solo vacation, yes, you can absolutely manifest your specific person. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. I know there are people out there who shame us specific person manifestors. You should want to, I don't care what you think. We're going to manifest our people. We like doing it. I liked it. I enjoy every second of it. So yes, it's possible. Just use this moment as you're waking up to put your mind in the right place. Make your state of consciousness your priority. Once the hurt, the emotion, once you've gotten over that, I would take a break today. I would allow yourself the cry. Okay? But not mourning. It's not mourning because it's not over. It's not done. Okay? All right? Everything's going to be okay, for real. For real, for real. So use this. This is your, totally tell yourself this was your catalyst. This was the catalyst moment where you wake up and finally put your, I'm going to repeat myself a million times. I said it already, but you know what I'm saying. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Hillary Marie, thank you very much. Check your email. Love you, Mama Kim. Love you too, Hillary. And I will. Malibu Milk, can you please explain states like I'm 5? Like you're 5? I'm in sass mood today, okay? So I'll try hard not to do it sarcastically. All right. Yes, that's going to be sarcastic. I can't help it. I'm trying to think how I can make this simple. Our friend just had a solo vacation given to them today, okay? And their state of consciousness. Ooh, thank you, Keita. Just did them today. Yeah, okay. But her state of consciousness, I'm sure, right now, is a victim state. A state where she is feeling separate from her 3D, her person, and she's probably feeling some fearful thoughts that she's not going to be able to get them back. Maybe she's feeling a little frustrated because this is not the first time they've done it to her. And I empathize with that because it's exactly how I felt when I went through my own. That itself is a state of consciousness. It is a state. There are infinite states. Infinite. Think of it as versions of ourself. Infinite states means infinite versions, which also means infinite versions of the people in our 3D. Okay? And by versions, I mean there's the version of us who believes we are victims to our 3D and to the people we encounter. We are victims to them. We have no semblance of ability to manifest our desires. We have to just let, life happen to us. That's a state of consciousness. Just thinking that way is a state. That is who you are identifying yourself as. Someone who has no ability to experience joys that, specific joys that we want to manifest. That's a state. And then, and mind you, like I said, there's infinite, but I only ever really refer to two to make it easier for me. Well, then we have the state of the woman or man who has everything they're trying to manifest. Every single desire that pops in their mind. This is the state where they get it. And when I say they get it, it's because when whatever state you are currently embodying, and you are always embodying a state. Always, at all times, you are in a state. It's not avoidable. We're always in one. Okay? So, because everyone and everything is a reflection back to us, ourselves, but they are reflecting the state of consciousness that we are embodying. So, for example, before I manifested solo number 2, I was very comfortably in a victim state. My mind, the way I saw my 3D, the way I saw my SP, was always with my victim diarrhea filtered glasses on. So, no matter what SP did, I would at some point have a negative response. Now, not so much maybe reacting in the 3D, but up here in my mind who I was identifying myself as. I was embodying a victim state, so I saw myself as a victim, and I could only, because of that, ever perceive things out here from a victim perspective. So every state we are in, that is how we're going to see our 3D and our people, the people we're intermingling with. And your specific people have no choice but to show up reflecting that state. So if you're in a victim state, it makes total sense when you think about it that your specific person is giving you plenty of things that make you feel like a victim, or a woman or man who has zero options on what they're experiencing. Do you see what I mean? Does that make sense? I do have a video coming where I get really detailed to hopefully make everybody understand. States are not really that difficult. They're really not. It's just understanding how you're perceiving your world or how you're thinking. You can figure out what state you're in by your own thoughts, by how you feel. And if you're feeling right now in this moment like it's difficult to manifest, that's the state you're embodying. That's the version of yourself that you currently are. You're in a state where you feel manifestation is difficult. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay? So the reason why I say, well, stalking social media makes you in the state of stalker. If it doesn't put you in the state of stalker, it definitely puts you in a state of lack, that you feel you must stare out here, hunt down their social media. You're doing it for a level of validation, period. You're doing it for validation. Whether it's validating that there's not a third party, or validating that maybe you'll get some response from them. You see what I'm saying? That is all a state of lack. You're in the moment of believing that things are out of your semblance of control. I hope that makes sense. So the reason why I say, yes, also the state of the wish fulfilled. That for me is the woman or man who has it all state. That's the land of the wish. I love saying living in the land of the wish fulfilled. That's the wish fulfilled state. The state where you are in the knowing. Okay? Now, because we shift constantly, for example, when we get triggered by our 3D. So if you're someone who's been paying attention to my more frequent state videos, because I told y'all I'm done. I'm just going to talk about them because this is it to the manifestation. This is it. Know your state, change your life. Not kidding, not exaggeration. Know what state you're embodying and work on shifting your ass to a more beneficial state. Your 3D will absolutely, unequivocally, can't be fucking stopped, will change. I'm telling you, listen to me. Listen to me. So, what I don't want anyone to ever do, and I don't do it to myself either, is it's not about always being in that state. Oh, I must stay in the state, must stay in the state, can't fall out of the state. No, that's not realistic. We are human. We're going to have our moments, right? We might have a trigger here and there. We might fall out and fall back to our old victim state. It is normal. Normal, normal, normal. Don't beat yourself up. Your goal when you fall back into a shitty victim state is to, at minimum, don't put the pressure on that I must get back to a better state. No, recenter yourself first. Do that first, because that's good enough. It's good enough to just calm yourself, because at minimum, that's bringing you to a more neutral state where you don't think everything is out to get you, right? So, my goal is to have you focus on your state so you will change your dwelling state. We want to change the dwelling state, and everyone has one. Everyone has a place where if something happens, you naturally fall back to. Or if you're just busy with life and you're not really, let's say, focusing directly on your manifestations, you're just like saying, doing work or whatnot. So you're not thinking about manifestation. You're focused on your task of working. Well, we're in an autopilot at that point. That's your dwelling state. My thing is fix the dwelling state, shift that dwelling state. There you go. Literally, there you go. Shift that dwelling state. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that. So back to when I was in solo vacation, my dwelling state was victim. It was a victim state. I'm telling you, probably everybody who first comes to manifesting, if you're coming for a specific reason, like if you, most of the time people come to this looking to manifest money or manifest love, right? Most. Maybe not every single one of you, but most. You're already in a victim state, a lack state, right? Because it's this feeling that we're trying to get something, right? Okay. So that was my victim state, or my dwelling state was a victim state. So it's finally when states really clicked with me, finally, I was not perfect at it. I would fall right back. I would get myself into a more beneficial state. I wouldn't call it the perfect woman or man who has it all state. Hence why we don't have to be perfect. But I would get to a better, where I'm going to call it a neutral state. I would get to there and then fall back out. So as I kept practicing, which is why I want you guys to do the baby steps. Do this every day. Make it like the first thing you do in the morning is centering your mind on the who you are. Make that your number one first thing to do before you jump on your manifestation game with your affirmations, scripting, visuals, whatever. Center your mind first. Okay? But neighbor's dogs are barking. Try to talk. Because I'm going to try to talk through it. Because I would get back up and do this every single day while in the midst of, having my moments of crying because I was in solo. So I did notice right away things were going a little bit different in the 3D. Not perfect, and obviously not good enough to make me not have my crying moments still. But I want to say like within a week or two of me really being diligent with making my main focus what state I'm embodying. Even if I kept falling right back out of it, I still made that the priority. And by the way, using your affirmations, using your visuals, using scripting is a way to help get you into a beneficial state. Those are your tools, right? So I kept at it. You practice, and it would become a little more easier and a little more easier and a little more easier. And eventually, now at this point, I've manifested him back in my life. We're okay, but I'm still having triggers. I'm still being upset by things that are happening in the 3D, and I'm trying not to, but I was. And I had to have my own little sit down with myself, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're rolling back to the version of yourself that caused the damn breakup. What are you doing, Kim? That's me talking to myself. And I really got disciplined with myself, with my fuck the 3D mentality, and making my state my priority under, like, here comes a truck. Under no circumstances was anything my priority over my state. And when I've shared this already, but when I did that, when I started to be very disciplined, I saw changes immediately. Holy shit. There's a four-way stop right outside here. For the love of God. Anyway, I saw changes within like a 24, 48 hour mark. I'm not kidding. Within his own personality. Me getting disciplined and not allowing myself to be thrown off by the 3D. Changed everything. And what I noticed as time went on, that when I was, if anything triggered me, the place I rolled back to was not the place that it used to be. Meaning, I noticed my reaction time. I wasn't upset for as long. I was able to reason with myself. My dwelling state changed. Do you see what I'm saying? Is that making sense? So, Malibu Milk, I'm going to have a more in-depth video coming. I just haven't edited it. So hopefully you'll understand from that. But make your state your priority, and everything else will fall in line with it. I am telling you. I'm not telling you to give up your affirmations or scripting or visuals. I'm not telling you to give up revision, because I still love revision. Revision's key if you're having trouble getting rid of an old story. I'm not saying give up on all these things. I'm saying if you made your state your priority, if you really, really did and you really meant it, like you were really doing a little work each day, I'm telling you, your 3D will change. You will see something different in that 3D. I shit you not. There's no such thing as shifting your state and then manifestation not happening. No such thing. Okay? M, thank you very much. Hello, Master. Please tips on how to not get triggered. I manifested him back, which is awesome, but he's not totally conformed and keeps triggering me. I want him all in, telling me rainbows and butterflies. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that you're still a human, so you're probably going to be triggered here and there. You're still a human being. There's still that percentage of us, right? We can be delusional like me, right? Delusional 90%, but 10% is still existing in human land. So you're probably going to have a trigger or two. But the way you respond to the triggers will change if you focus on your damn state. And think about it from this perspective. Whatever's triggering you, let's identify it. Let's identify it. Why are you being triggered by it? What is it that's triggering you? Let's get in there. Because avoiding it, still gonna come up. It's gonna come up again. You're not gonna be able to comfortably shift a state without dealing with things that we've been pushing down and ignoring, right? Truthfully. Hence why I say we have to be authentic with ourselves on this journey. You don't have to be authentic with me. You don't gotta tell me everything that's going on. But you have to be authentic with yourself. So whatever it is that's triggering you, you want to get with it. You want to get with it. Why is this triggering me? Ask yourself the questions. Why is this whatever it is bothering me? What is it saying to me? Remember how I shared with you, like my first damn year, if I did not get that good morning message, how it would trigger the fuck out of me? Because I attached like a moron. If he didn't say good morning, that means he doesn't love me. And I really thought that. And I'm saying it sarcastically to be funny now, but I literally believed that. I literally believe that. Okay? And I can't even, I am just so like, Kim, what were you thinking? But I did think it, and I did give it that meaning. And then I was shocked and dismayed that I kept manifesting it. I had to deal with it. Eventually, it took me a while to deal with it. Let's just be honest. But I had you too, Sharina. Man, I did some dumb shit. I had to deal with it. I had to face. Why am I equating that if I don't see good morning beautiful or good morning baby or good morning anything, why does that tell me he doesn't love me? Why am I attaching that? And I had to keep digging. And it's like you just keep asking yourself, why? But why? Like a little kid does. But why? But why, Mom? But why? You're going to do that to yourself. And let's get down to it. Okay. So let's just say we did that. Okay. So whatever's going on and you're being triggered, you're probably equating it to how much they love you, which then does what? It's probably connected to not feeling chosen, not feeling good enough, maybe fear of abandonment. I mean, there's all different things. If you've ever had traumatic experience, that now has that belief that you're tying, like for me, tying a text message to love. By the way, it wasn't a traumatic experience for me. I don't know. I was just being dumb for myself. So don't ignore it. Don't try to just brush it off. You know, you can choose to not maybe react in the moment, but I wouldn't just brush it off. I would get to, why is this bothering me? And go from there. If that helps. And listen, you can get him in being all rainbows and butterflies. You can. The shift in your state, and the way you're perceiving him will change. And he'll show up differently. I'm telling you, shifting your state is like shifting your glasses. The filter that you're wearing, you will see and perceive everything differently in that 3D with a state shift. Okay? Rhonda K, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Love you. Love you too. I've lost my job today for literally no reason. Oh my God, Rhonda. And it's hard to stay positive. I don't blame you. I wasn't happy there. Did I unconsciously manifest that? Well, listen, we are always manifesting. We are always manifesting. I don't want you to sit here and start blaming yourself. You know, I manifested me losing my job. I don't want you to do that to yourself. Don't start beating yourself up. Are we always manifesting? Yes. So let's get to the heart of, all right, you already mentioned you weren't happy there. They had to have given you a reason. Well, I don't know the laws in your country, but they gave you no reason, no feedback reason. And the only reason why I'm asking is because that could maybe help us see into where it's coming from, right? Because it's a reflection. What I don't want you to do is panic. I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to think that you're going to be, you know, stuck in this position. Well, you'll be able to manifest another job. You'll be okay. You know, start putting your focus there. But because it happened today and it's raw and it's fresh, it's going to be normal for you to have probably an emotional reaction to it. Okay? So don't feel like you have to stifle how you're feeling. Your feelings are valid, right? I'm sure it is a little scary. They basically said small, weird reasons. That's not reasons for being fired, but they were just stuttering around. I'm trying to legally fight this. Ooh, well, as I say, I don't know about in your country, but I know in our country, like, there's got to be valid reasons, depending on the states. I mean, because I think in New York, it's a fire and hire at will, but they can't fire you for like having like a handicap, or I'm trying to think, like, they can't. There's a word for it though. There's a word for this. Can't think of the word right now. So, but if they fired you for an illegal reason, like I said, I don't know the laws in your country, but yeah, I would be fighting it. But do you want to work there again? I don't think you want to work there again, right? So I would be, sometimes losing a job is a yes. I think they didn't make enough money for the business and didn't say this to me. Ooh, shit. That's not very nice. This would bother, and I'm not gonna say this wouldn't have hurt my feelings. This would have triggered me. I would have my moment, and then I know me, I would get on my manifestation game. I would be eyes going forward. Okay, now what? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling you not to. If you've got valid reasons that they've done something that is illegal, yeah, I would still take that to court. But I also would have my eyes going forward. I would put it on what I want to do. What's your dream job? Put your focus on having that. You know what I mean? So try not to be too upset. I know that's hard. That's so fresh. Just like somebody else having a solo vacation day. I know the day it happens, it is so hard. Don't pressure yourself to not react. Right? We are not failures if we have a reaction to something that's hurt us or triggered us in the 3D. But please know you're not stuck. You're not going to be stuck without a job. Try not to be scared. And we'll start going forward, focusing on forward. What's your dream job? What would you, like, you mentioned you weren't really happy there. So what would make you happy? Let's start seeing you working at that place, whatever it is that you really want to do. Maybe listen, just like I said that my solo vacation, I know that if it hadn't happened, and I didn't want it to happen, but it happened because of my shitty thinking, I know that was my catalyst and my bridge of incidents to wake me up to where my mind's at. Perhaps this is, and I would give it this meaning, this is your catalyst to maybe step into the place you really want to be at. You know, whatever your dream career is, where you can be happy where you're at. Because it sucks hating your job. It sucks. We don't have to live like that. Not when we're aware of manifestation. Yes, tell yourself it's a bridge. Ooh, I like that. And an opportunity to have free time to unwind or pursue what you really want to do. She's right. She's right. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anybody going through anything in their damn 3D. Because I know it's not fun. It sucks. But no, it's not permanent. No, it doesn't mean you're going to be penniless. You're not going to be able to, find another job. None of that is true. Okay? It will get better. It will get changed. And I really like that. This is just your catalyst. It's part of your bridge of incidents. Okay? Don't worry. Listen, so that's why I brought up earlier. Like, don't scare yourself. Oh, I fell out of the state. Don't do that. No, we don't have to do it. That's why we don't have to be perfect to manifest. That's why we don't have to be. Right? That's why I shared. I wasn't always in the state when manifesting my SP. I cried daily because I missed him. Is that a beneficial state to be in? No. See what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up with that. We do not have to be perfect to manifest. Everything's going to be okay. Everything will always be okay. Everything always works out for you. Okay? Jen, thank you very much. Asked SP to do something. He said maybe. Now what? You asked SP to do something. He said maybe. Now what? What do you mean now? Now what? You asked him. He said maybe. What do you mean now what? What do you mean? Maybe doesn't have to mean no, John. I've said maybe plenty of times to things, and then I end up saying yes. John, what are you about? What's this going right to maybe means no? That's the terrible mindset. Hello? It doesn't have to mean no. Good Lord, if that's any of yours natural reaction to go, well, maybe means no, you might want to rethink that. Hello? John? Girl, I would be putting my focus on them saying yes. See it as if it already happened. If there's something you ask them to specifically to do, like if it was I don't know, going out to the bar and dancing, then see yourself there happening. Don't take it as a negative like John. All right? Listen, if we're gonna listen, okay, let's just keep this real for a minute. If we're gonna be ballsy enough to take that kind of action in our 3D, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be ballsy enough, Jen, to go ask SP to do something with you, that's no different than reaching out to SP. We need to be accepting of their response. You did not get a bad response. You got a maybe. That ain't a no. Don't listen to John. Friggin' John. But, all right, you were ballsy enough to make that move. And we don't need to take action like that if we don't need to do that, but you did it. So, keep your eye on the prize. See what I'm saying? You took this action. Now keep your eye on the end goal. Don't start giving up. Okay? Daisy Lane, thank you very much. Hey, Kim, I'm scared that if I fully trust my power and give it my all, I will still be disappointed in the end when it comes to SP. Daisy. Okay. That's interesting. So you're scared that if you fully trust your power and give it all your attention, that you're still going to be disappointed in the end. Now, I'm curious as to what do you think you're going to be disappointed with? Meaning SP still not going to show up, still not going to be the way you want, or the fearing of maybe when SP does fully show up the way I want, I might not want that SP anymore. Which fear are we having? Because if it's a fear of being disappointed, if you dare to give give it all, give your manifestation mentality it all, and then still get disappointed, I'm happy to tell you that if there is no such thing as getting yourself into a state, a beneficial state, not the victim state where you're in right now. Over here, there is no such thing as being in this beneficial, anything beneficial over victim state. Anything over here. There's no such thing as a not getting it out there. That doesn't happen. But if we stay over here and are in fear of giving it our all, you're serving two gods. You're being double-minded. That's not going to serve you well on your journey. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We cannot serve two masters. This one leg in and one leg out because we're fearing to give it. Listen, I know. I understand the fear you're having. I get it. That's because you're looking at your past life experiences where you were let down. You were disappointed, right? You wanted to trust that whoever in your past was going to come through, and they didn't. So that's what's keeping you in fear right now. But I'm telling you, listen, this is the place where we get to finally be done with that shit. I'm watching the ducks and you see what I'm saying? This is the place where we get to shed that shit. We do. But the one in, the one out, that's not going to be a fun ride for you. It's not. Let me say this. Your fear of giving it your all because you're afraid of being disappointed, like I said, 100% know what you're talking about. I was so skeptical when I first found this stuff. I was so skeptical. I didn't believe it either. I'm naturally a skeptic anyway, so I get it. But I do know that when we're manifesting from that state of mind, that state, that's the results we are going to have. The poop results. We don't want poopy results unless it's that kind of poop. My poop. My girl. See what I'm saying? Don't fucking half-ass it. Don't be afraid to put your all in. You can't fail. You can't fail. Okay? This is the place where we don't have to be afraid anymore. It can be a bumpy road sometimes if we've got to deal with things within ourselves, within our own beliefs and assumptions. Can that be sometimes not very fun? Yes. But at the same time, do we know deep down that if we give it our all and put a little trust in this, that manifestation will work? Yeah, it does. Don't let anybody scare you into thinking that it doesn't work, because it does. And like I said, I was a skeptic. You can tell by looking at me, I am just your average, basic bitch. There is nothing special about me, honestly. And if I have been able to manifest amazing things, absolutely anybody can. I was afraid too. I had to work on letting that go. So I know you can do it. Don't give up. Don't be afraid. And if it would make you feel any better, because I used to have to affirm this too because I didn't trust, I would affirm it's safe and secure for me to trust that the law of assumption is always working for me. It's always working for me. It's always bringing me exactly what I want. And the reason why I worded it as exactly the way I want is because I was so in fear of hearing from, inexperienced law of attraction coaches telling me the this or something better. Now, to some people, this or something better seems fine. To me, back then, being new to this, it scared the shit out of me to hear this or something better. Because all I heard, this or, that told me I wasn't going to get what I want, that I wasn't going to get the SP I wanted. And that scared me at the time. So, like I said, some people, it's fine to say this or something better. And it is if it's fine with you. It wasn't fine with me back then. Fuck no. It made me very afraid that I was still not going to get what I wanted. And it made me not trust. Hence why I had to affirm it is safe and secure for me to trust that the law of assumption is always working for me and will always bring me exactly what I want. And now I don't have to affirm that anymore. Because it's in my mind. It's an assumption now. It's a belief. And it works just as I'm saying. Not to mention, those type of coaches would say things that, why do you need another person to fulfill you? You should love yourself first. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't love yourself, someone to me. But when you're brand fucking new to this, when you're brand new and you're learning all the concepts, holy fuck, is that scary? Because my mentality was, I think I do love myself. I think I love myself. Why am I being shamed because I want to manifest a boyfriend? That's how I felt back then. Over time, can I kind of see what they were trying to say back then? Yes. But that's why on this channel, I try to give answers that if someone brand new heard it, wouldn't be afraid by my response. I mean, I might be sassy with my response, but we have to remember that not everybody is starting full of knowledge. A lot of people are brand new, have never heard any of this shit before. So, I don't know. I know how I felt. So I try to respond how I felt being brand new. Those were scary phrases back then. Because that made me feel like, maybe I'm being too obsessed. Maybe I don't love myself enough. Maybe that's why I can't get a boyfriend. This was when I was still in law of attraction, for what it's worth. Maybe that's why. It's never going to work for me. I don't know. Do I love myself enough? I would over question things so friggin'. I was just scared. And it kept me in the not believing mindset. Thank God for Neville Goddard and the law of assumption. Thank God. But it was a journey. And I had a lot of years in law of attraction. Fruitless years, by the way. Not manifesting anything that I actually wanted. So Neville Goddard, law of assumption, even though I'm not strict to Neville, you know that. But I'm telling you, you don't have to be one leg out, one leg in. That's your old life. That's how I would handle my old relationships before this. I call this my new life. Law of assumption is my new life because I apply it everywhere in my life. But my old relationships, anything before law of assumption, I was always one leg in and one leg out to protect myself. You can't break my heart if I'm not 100% in. What an unfun, unhealthy way to exist and then wonder why they didn't work out. But I was so in fear that I was going to lose them anyway. You don't have to be afraid over here anymore. You don't. This is where you get to shed that mindset. And it's a work in progress. It's okay if it's still bruised. It still comes up. It's okay. Just don't give up your game. Don't be afraid. Affirm that it's okay. Affirm that it's safe and secure for you to trust. Okay? I did. Oh my God, I probably wrote that 1,000,000 times. So I can't stand hearing any of it. I don't like limited teachings of any kind. I don't like them because I know how it made me feel. It scared me into thinking that I couldn't get what I wanted and that I was going to be stuck in that miserable existence that I was living. The only ray of light I had in my life before this was my child. And he had to go to school at some time, so what was I going to do with the rest of my time? I was miserable with my life. Miserable. And things are good now. So listen, don't be afraid anymore. Okay? Hold on, I gotta go back. I have to go to that other screen and get the super chats. my neighbor, well, he's not my neighbor, but he lives across the street. He's drunk and I can hear him. I can hear him singing to himself and then randomly hacking in the middle of it. It's usually this time of day every day he comes out to his front porch and sits and it's drinking, has been drinking all day, which, listen, I ain't gonna judge him. I don't care what he does. He's nice to me. But then the yeah, all day, Allie, all day. All day. But I love him. Like I said, no judgment. I don't give a fuck what anybody does. But then the singing starts. So this is prime time for the singing to start. And I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person, I love characters. I love characters in my life. That's a character in my life, right? We don't know, I don't know him personal, other than, hey, how you doing? When I walk by with my dog. He's a character in my life, and I enjoy every second of him. I look forward to his day drinking, singing. Because you know what I'm thinking in my mind when I hear it? I'm thinking, you know what? He's having a fucking blast right now. God bless him. Live it up, bud. You know what I mean? Okay. Kamari, thank you very much. Did RS sexy time? Oh, remote seduction. Oh my God, I knew it. No one had to tell me what RS meant. Okay. Did remote seduction sexy time in Sats in April. It manifested a week later exactly how I imagined it. Want to use Sats again as I feel like it's faster. What can I visualize that implies that I'm now in a relationship? Okay, first of all, Kamari, I do just want to tell you something, okay? I do not in any way, shape, or form want to tell anybody that Sats are not a thing. Because some have such strong belief that they are, so they will be in their reality. But I just want you to know that you may visualize any time of day and still be effective. Manifesting is not only, you're not only going to get results if you only do it in Sats. I just want you to know that. Okay? But there's nothing wrong with enjoying only doing Sats, right? Hence why we're all individuals, have our own individual manifestation game, no judges. But I just wanted to say that in case you thought that you had to do them, in Sats. Just wanted to say that, okay? Because you don't have to, just so you know. But I will say that if you have the belief that you must, that will be what you experience, because it's your own individual beliefs and assumptions that play out, right? Okay. So as far as what type of a visual or a scene that implies that you're now in a relationship, well, what do you think would imply that you're in a relationship? Do you want to live with this person? Do you want to marry this person? And if it's yes to any of those, listen, I would maybe see myself at the honeymoon, maybe dancing on the dance floor at your honeymoon, or doing the new hubby wife dance. You could do that. I don't know. You have to know what implies to you what you being in a relationship means. You know what I'm saying? Because my idea won't necessarily mean your idea. If you're not interested in being married, maybe it's you two just I don't know, out to dinner. Them giving you some kind of a promise ring. Maybe you're into promise rings. You could do that. Or if you're struggling with ideas, just watch any romantic comedy. See them out on a date and then just put yourself there instead. You're the one who has to think that this means I'm in a relationship. That's what I'm trying to say. If you notice, that's why I don't ever give like endless affirmation examples, because they need to be yours. They don't need to. What I'm comfortable with affirming, you may not be. Like the word obsessed. There are so many people against the word obsessed. Well, obsessed doesn't mean so bad to me. I like obsessed, and I happily use it when I fucking feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But so Kamori, it's whatever makes you feel like it's a relationship. Maybe it's you two on the couch watching a movie together and you're holding hands, and your person's telling you how in love they are with you. They love being in this relationship with you. Something like that. Okay? Rosie, thank you very much. Hi, love. Why I have amazing days and movement with my SP, and there are days I feel like I went back to square one. I haven't changed my consistency. Well, I'm not questioning whether you've changed your consistency. Let's think about where your mind's been. We are humans. We fluctuate. We do. We shift in and out of states all day long. We do. We do have a dwelling state that we fall back to most of the time. But would you tell me, if I had the ability to look through your mind right now and looked over the last 3 months, 3 straight months, am I never going to see you fluctuating? Am I never going to see you having moments where some doubts are coming in and you're falling into a victim state? And that's not me saying you failed because of that. No, I'm saying it's kind of normal. Hot and cold behavior is always a direct reflection of ourselves, of our own hot and cold thoughts. And when the cold is in, when the cold version of them is in, it's us getting triggered and falling and staying back into that victim state that perpetuates the hot and cold behavior. Okay? So when he's cold, what's your reaction? How are you handling it? I don't mean that you have to be perfect. I'm saying, are we letting it bother us all day long? Do we start thinking thoughts like, what the fuck? Why is he doing this? I've been so good. I believe that you've been consistent, but I'm saying take a look at the last 3 months. And I just picked the number 3 months. We could say 1 month if you'd like. You see what I'm saying? Take a look. Take a look. And by the way, for what it's worth, how many times have you thought the thought, I went back to square one every time he comes up with cold behavior? Are you thinking that every time? I'm back to fucking square one. Here he is, not acting fucking hot anymore. Back to his being cold shit. Back to square one. Has that been your mentality? Because let me just say that. That's not what happens, number one. That's not what's happening. We don't go back to square one. Ever. We really don't. Even if what's showing up in that 3D has really thrown us off, upset us, especially to the point where we think, okay, this is 100% not working. What am I going to do? I give up. All of that. You still don't go back to the beginning. You still don't go back to square one. Even then. So if that's how you've been torturing yourself, thinking those type of thoughts, that explains some of this hot and cold behavior. Do you know what I mean? It's consistency with persistency. The doing our best to not stay triggered when the cold shows up. Being able to look at that cold behavior and be like, no, you're going to be hot. You're going to be hot as hell. No time, because I know you're into me. Because I say so. I say so. That's where my mentality is. I'm maintaining the best as possible a beneficial state. And I know you have to reflect my state. So what do I have to be worried about? See what I mean? Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not going back to square one. Marie Sophie, thank you very much. Saw SP last week and he triggered the fuck out of me. Was doing so well with self-concept and felt over the moon. But seeing him triggered me and made me feel so small. I know I can manifest. Do I just persist? Absolutely, Marie Sophie. Absolutely. I'm never going to tell anybody to quit. But let's talk about this for a second. You were doing so good with self-concept and you felt over the moon. But you saw him, he triggered you, and you made me feel so small. Let's get to the heart of, what do you mean made you feel so small? What does that mean? I want details on that. What do you mean he made you feel so small? That's really a specific statement. Made you feel so small. How can anybody else make you feel so small? Not seen and insignificant. So As in, do you feel like he wasn't listening to you, or treated you like he didn't give a rat's ass that you were there, wherever this, you were out somewhere and he didn't seem to care? What, I want more details if you don't mind sharing. It's not seen. Not seen and insignificant. Give me another detail. Because let me just say this. Because I understand that, okay? I understand that. But no one can make us feel anything. See what I'm saying? Treated me like he didn't care. He said he loves me and I'm the most amazing thing that's ever happened to him, but he still chose to walk away. Now, can I assume that maybe some kind of a conversation happened where we were rekindling, or we were thinking we were working something out? Because do you see that phrasing? He chose to walk away. I want you to really think about that. He chose to walk away. No. This is solo number 2 for you. Okay, good. You're going to utilize this solo number 2 for how I utilized my solo 2. This is going to be where you are waking up for real. Okay? Broke up in September and then got back together and then broke up again in February. Okay. So can I assume that you guys were trying to work out something again right now or last week and didn't happen? Okay. He chose to walk away. Solo vacation means breakup. I don't like that. It's a yucky word, so we say solo. Solo vacation. All right. I didn't come up with that, by the way. Lanny, one of the girls on my channel here, came up with that. So it's not from me. Got to give her the credit for that. All right. So listen, he chose to walk away. Nope. He's only ever reflecting you. I know it don't feel that way. And I know in those moments, it's very much feeling like they're doing something to us. I know, because I felt the same way. Even though I knew better, I did feel the same way. And when things are ever not going right at our 3D, it is quite normal for us to start seeing it. I bumped into him at a work event. I manifested him being there as well. I know I did. I've been manifesting so much, I just can't seem to manifest him back for good. I feel, honestly, you're on your bridge of incidents. You're on your journey to you and him being back together right now. But you are looking at him as separate. Just in your terminology and how you're phrasing things, I can tell you're seeing him as still separate from you. We are not separate. None of us are separate. We're all connected, okay? And your phrasing of he chose to walk away. I know I'm repeating it and really hitting you with it because I really want you to see when we think things like that. He chose to leave me. He chose to put us in solo vacation. No, he didn't. Your beliefs and assumptions made that decision. Not to beat yourself up, not to be hard on yourself, but he can only ever reflect back to us what's going on within us. They are only ever reflecting what's going on within. And if we have an existing belief that hasn't been dealt with, now I'm sure you've been working on your self-concept, and I'm not saying that you haven't, okay? I believe you. But let me phrase it like this. It's quite normal when we start a self-concept journey that we start facing things in our 3D that we don't like. It's normal. It's normal for things to bubble up. When we are in the midst of shifting a state to a more beneficial state, if there is anything that we haven't actually dealt with, okay? If he tells me I'm amazing, sexy, the most amazing thing that's ever happened to him, but he can't be with me due to his anxieties. Is that me? Yes. Yeah, it is. It's still you feeling not chosen. So this is what I'm saying. When we start shifting, do you actually, girl, really? Well, let me say it like this. Yes. Can it play out if you don't feel chosen? Can it play out in all different ways, like him saying he can't be with you because of anxiety? Yes, absolutely. There is no cookie cutter way how things show up. But if you dig, we can get to the heart of it. But you, on top of it, having the belief that he's a commitment phobe and has anxieties. Yeah. That's why our assumptions about the person fucking matter. They matter. Listen, just hear me out. I know that there have been coaches who tell you that just working on your self-concept will save you. You can just focus on self-concept and be okay. That is only if you have no existing assumptions about that person that aren't a benefit to you. If you've got assumptions about your person, and most of us do if you've spent some time with them, and if they've ever done anything to hurt your feelings, we marinate on all the reasons why they think they can't be with us. Yeah, it matters. So that's why, listen, I say, if you want to do just self-concept, it's your reality. You do what you want. I'm telling you, if you've got anything existing like you do, so I'm glad you brought it up. I'm sure that's what it is. It's still going to be a problem because even our states can change per person. Our self-concept can change per person. How you conduct yourself with, say, I don't know, your parents, maybe your siblings, it's probably a little bit different than how you conduct yourself with your SP. The way we feel about our specific person, meaning existing assumptions or beliefs about them specifically, not even involving self-concept, I'm saying specific assumptions fucking matter and need to be addressed. Because hence, that would be a beautiful place for revision to come in. If you've ever heard him speak those words, we would like to revise them the hell out of your brain so we don't have to worry about it going forward. Hence why I say, listen, all your manifestation game tools and techniques are still helping you on your journey, but your state should be the priority, your state of consciousness. So don't worry. You'll be able to get him back in committing to you, but you should try revision, especially if you've had a moment where he has actually spoke those words to you ever. I would revise it. I would revise that friggin' interaction you had with him last week. I'd be revising that moment too. Because we don't want any existing stories to be brewing. What do you call it? Yes, Sammy said affirm my self-concept is perfect. We can create any belief or assumption we want. And she is correct in saying that. She is correct. Anybody who tells you that you can't is thinking too literally and logically. Too literally. Okay? But anyway. Yeah. Okay? So, honey, yes, if you've got that going on where you're feeling he's, afraid to commit, blah, 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 his anxieties make him not want to be, yes, definitely address that. You'll be able to manifest him back without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? But please don't think that you're starting over. Please don't think that the self-concept journey and other things you've been working on have failed you or didn't work. Don't think that. Don't even question whether you're good enough, have you did a good enough job. Don't do that to yourself. You're doing fine. We're all on a journey. You're on your bridge of incidents. This is leading you to your end no matter what. Don't be afraid of the phrase bridge of incidents too. Bridge of incidents doesn't have to mean it's going to be a year-long journey for you. A bridge of incidents can be 10 seconds, literally. Okay? Yeah, you're not back at square one. You're not. No one is. No one's ever forced to go back to square one. Everything that you're doing manifestation game-wise within yourself is taking you on an evolving journey of yourself. We never fail and go all the way back, start over. We don't. Don't let anybody ever tell you that, because it's not true. Hold on 1 second. Let me just double check something. Lizard Luminos, thank you very much. Hey, Kim, I need advice dealing with mental diet. I'm manifesting good social skills, etc., but I keep experiencing triggering things from old beliefs. Okay, so you're still experiencing triggering things from old beliefs. Okay, let me say this. If that's happening, clearly there's something within our beliefs that we have not successfully addressed yet, or we're not making our state of consciousness our priority, and we should, because remember, each state has its own beliefs, assumptions, its own self-concept. Okay, so meaning when we shift, we leave the sludge behind. However, if it's sludge we have not addressed, that we've been like avoiding, and not that I'm saying you're avoiding anything, but I just saw Wendy yelling at me for going live while she's at work. I got distracted. Sorry. If there are things that we have kind of like, avoided dealing with or kind of put to the back burner, they will come up and will have to be addressed before we officially shift. Just so you know. Hence why I say we have to be authentic with ourselves. And listen, I'm not saying you're not authentic with yourself. That's not what I mean. I'm just making that clear to anybody else hearing your question. So what I would do is, whatever these triggering experiences are that you've been having, so whatever's going on into that 3D of yours, whatever's upset you, I would not just turn my head away from it. I would be taking a look at it, meaning, okay, why is this upsetting me? Why is this making me feel this particular way? And start asking like a little kid would, why, but why, until we get to the heart of where it is within your concept of self. Okay? And then once we figure that out, now we know where to put our focal point. But I would be making our state, the priority. Centering our mind with the who we are in the equation, meaning I amness, yeah? And exactly what we want to experience. So I know you and I have talked before. So I know manifesting, friendships, being comfortable, talking to people, and I get that. So you're going to be able to manifest that. Don't think because something has shown up in that 3D that all your work is failing. Really, really hear me on that. It's not. It's just, okay, this is still brewing. I got to take a deeper look at that. Why is this upsetting me? Why is this triggering me? Is it telling me that, I haven't done enough work? I'm not perfect enough. I'm not good enough yet. Is it telling me that I'm shitty with my social skills? I still don't feel like I'm changing. All those scary things. Let's get to those. And first of all, yeah, we're changing every day. We are evolving every single day. If you're up on your manifestation game every day, yes, you are. Things are changing. Things are moving. Don't be so hard on yourself. Okay? When things are triggering you, after you've realized, okay, why is this bothering me? Get to the heart of it. Then go into the recentering your mind on who you are, meaning the God of your reality. Right? We have God within us. Or whatever word makes you feel good, whether it's higher power or whatever. Okay? Tina, thank you very much. Kim, gonna miss the group call tomorrow. I can't see the sticker. It says will be something tomorrow. Wanted to just say I love you and appreciate you. I love you too, Tina. Where are you gonna be though? I can't see that damn sticker. I can't see the sticker, Tina. Where are you gonna be? Will be something tomorrow, damn it. I don't know, but whatever. I'm sure it's a good excuse not to be there. Hopefully it's something fun and juicy you can share all the details with. Marie Sophie again. Thank you very much. I think I'm too aware to be delusional. How can I change that? I can live in the thought that it'll be okay. I can't just pretend it's here right now. Listen, this is exactly why I said I can live delusional 90%. 90%. Because I still got my 10% humanness that sometimes snatches me out of my beneficial state or something triggers me in the 3D. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, he's sweeping and cleaning right now. God bless him. When you say, okay, I think I'm too aware, that tells me I'm watching my 3D too much. I'm allowing whatever's coming into my 3D to have more power over me than it should. It's not that you're too aware. You're just making your 3D awareness have more power over you than we should. Not to say we can't have an emotional reaction. That's not what I'm saying. But these trucks, you know what I'm saying? These trucks. I gotta stop focusing on them because I keep manifesting them. And if you can't be delusional, I mean, what does that mean to you? You can't keep your mind on the what you want to manifest. You can't keep your mind there. Even if you lose it and fall back out. Yeah, so back when I was a child, I started having panic attacks, and they made me take a test that said I have pick up this bloody truck, and I have an incredibly high IQ when it comes to noticing my surroundings. Okay, so one moment. I'm not gonna try to talk over it. Okay, they sound all the same. Okay, so you heard something like that about your IQ in your past, and now you're using that against yourself going forward. You can do anything you want with your mind. You do have power over yourself. Why not tell yourself that it's so easy for you to stay in the state of the wish fulfilled? It's so easy for you to keep your eyes on the prize and not the shit we don't want. Affirm it. Affirm it. Don't trap yourself because somebody else in the past told you that your IQ is too high for you to be able to not be aware of everything in your 3D. No, you're the boss of yourself. You're the boss of yourself. You get to decide that you can affirm that it's easy for you to keep your mind on the prize, living in the land of the wish fulfilled. Right? I think there's a part of me, Marie, that makes me feel that maybe just a little bit of teeny tiny part of you that is so hypercritical of yourself. Meaning, I think there's a part of me that thinks that you're keeping yourself like striving for some like perfection. And I'm telling you, you don't have to be. You don't have to be perfect. Right? So I don't want you to focus on, I'm too focused on my 3D, I cannot. Don't do that to yourself. Okay? She was like, tiny's probably not the right word. I'm a perfectionist through and through. Okay. So then I want you to start affirming, or whatever your manifestation game is, if you script or what. Oh, you're flying out to Europe. Oh, Tina, had the best time ever. Best time ever. Whatever your manifestation game is, you start, I'm just going to pretend you affirm. Start affirming that it's so easy for you to stay focused on your end game or whatever the prize is. Or ask yourself the what ifs. What if I was able to keep my focus solely on me and whoever's lovely relationship? What if it was easy for me to do that? What if it was easy for me to stay in the state of the woman or man who has it all, or the land of the wish fulfilled? What if it was easy for me to do that? Say things like that today because they're less resistive, in case you have resistance. Okay? And on that note, I do have to go. Same thing as usual. If you left me super chats, I will answer, post a video, but I have a coaching call. So, well, and I need to urinate before the coaching call. So, I will. She's letting me know it's time to go. I will absolutely, you know the deal. I will put a video up. I will answer your super chats. They will not go ignored. Okay? I shall see you soon. I'm still going live Wednesday like normal. I went live today, because I promised Cassan, and number 2, because I didn't have a video posted. I took yesterday off. I had shit going on in my 3D. No, everything's okay, but stuff I had to address. I had to handle. It sounds terrible, doesn't it? No, it's all good. So what was I thinking? Oh, So yeah, I didn't have a video ready today. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go live. I promise Cass-Ann, but anybody who's purchased coaching from me, no worries. I've got you. I'm not going to bed tonight without everyone scheduled. Because I can't stand the pressure of thinking that, you know, whatever. You guys know that. On this note, I'll see you guys. You'll see me tomorrow. Okay? I love you all. Be good. Don't be so fucking hard on yourselves. Kind of start baby stepping the idea of paying attention to your state of consciousness. Okay? I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Love you. Be good.